whether Disney live action remake of their popular movie Snow White is gonna get released or not, it is going to cripple their financial in a very bad way. And hello there, how's it there? Ame Gakita. So obviously today in the chat we are going to talk about Snow White. Well, technically I did talk about it previously, and I mean like it was under the issue of Disney being too thick-skinned. They kind of like maybe having the propaganda, and I know some of you who watched that video will be wondering like, what do I use the word propaganda? But the thing is, right, another word for propaganda is actually publicity, advertisement, or even go with disinformation. So if anyone asks me is it really or not, yeah, it's under Oxford language, alright, not my problem. And the best part of propaganda can also be mean brainwashing, so yeah. Now, that being out of the way, it's kind of interesting that when I previously talked about like Disney character, that if you ask like anyone out there, what Snow White, a character that have the skin as white as a snow, which is the reason why Snow White decided that Disney say that with their own new remake adaptation is that no, we are not going to have that. We're going to have a character that is who is born during winter, during a white winter snow, and that the character is a black person along the line. And it's really kind of the moment that it really begs the question like, what are they like, what is Disney trying to do? But then again, if you kind of like, let's look into perspective, like is it like this excuse being like, hey, Black Lives Matter, or we need to give more role to the black character or black actor? Who knows? But then again, when you kind of like think that on another point of view now, let's give them the benefit of doubt, okay guys, a little bit, okay? So the thing is, like, if we go with the benefit of doubt that maybe because it is a remake or maybe a so-called a live adaptation of the popular movie they did. I mean, like, anyone who knew about Disney Princess, Snow White, or whatever, Little Mermaid, or even Aladdin, the princess, everyone, we all know that they always have those kind of issue with that, hey, we want black people. And like, I mean, like in Aladdin, the princess is from Middle East or India or whichever, that is very hard, but it's basically based on Arabic. So when that is the case, obviously, if you're using a black person, I can understand that. That's kind of like logical. I mean, like, it's Aladdin. Now, when it came to propaganda or the disinformation or whatever, when they go and do a remake version of Little Mermaid as well as Snow White, it's really kind of back the question like, is it really they are trying to cater to woke situation, or are they trying to so-called build a new audience? It's hard to say, because if the other point that I do hear from was that in terms of like making a remake or maybe a live adaptation, maybe to them the pressure was put on them and they wanted to do one thing, and that is called trying something new. Sadly, the thing is, right, the something new isn't being acceptable by many people, which is the reason why I call it propaganda. Because when you think about it, right, they are just trying to test something. Maybe Disney just wanted to see whether that is this formula working. The issue is that if Little Mermaid didn't work that well, obviously the next movie called Snow White is not going to work as well. That understandable? No, the funny thing is, right, when you really have like a failing formula, normally you want to change the formula and then change it into a winning formula, which is the reason why like sometimes when you look at a lot of Japanese anime, manga, or light novel, like when there is a series of a moment that Seto Kai, which is basically the student president club, there is always like a general of moment of manga or anime about school president council. And then out of nowhere, when they say about Maho-sama, which is basically the Demon King, and out of nowhere you see a whole series of anime or a whole series of manga about the Maho-sama. And now in recent time, it's because it's Sekai or a fantasy world or a different world or a parallel world, depending on how you go about it. Out of nowhere you see all the fantasy, Isekai, whatever manga, like novel, anime you want to call about it. So the thing is, right, when there is a winning formula that got a lot of people attention on it, people will follow that. And Disney kind of like always been on the forefront for many places in front of movie. So in a way, when they have like being the so-called being put on the pressure, obviously you can understand that, hey, maybe they just want to try out different formulas so that people can follow, and that if the formula is working, people will follow. Now the issue with that end is that it is going to affect them, because if you look at their trailer, they got dislike ratio bomb, alright? They got so exploded with dislike that I was amazed that I never seen a Disney movie having like 1.4 million dislike. I mean, like, I can hear people saying like you can buy like, which I never do. But then again, when you can't tell me that you can buy dislike, right? It's ridiculous. Even the place, the person who wrote this article even can showcase that they are clicking on the dislike button more than anything else. So the thing is, right, is Disney is going to like flop so badly? Who knows? It's probably going to just creep. In my view, I don't think Disney will get bankrupt because of it. They are in a way really the word too big to fail. But that doesn't mean that this movie Snow White is not going to cripple them in a bad way. We have seen a lot of Disney show that got like so bad that people don't like it, and it actually affect the Disney as a whole. So the thing is, right, I don't think Disney is gonna be bankrupt. I know that Rev talk about like it might bankrupt Disney, but then again, the word too big to fail is really one of the case. I mean, like, look at Mr. Beast. A lot of people try to cancel him, he's still there somehow, some way, somewhat, right? Did it affect him? Yes. Will Snow White affect Disney? Probably yes. I mean, like, based on the number of issue on hand, like the one thing that I don't understand is that how does it even apparently cost over $500 million as a budget? I'm sure that some people who do online research will say that, hey, they only indicate like $200+ million as budget. Well, the thing is, right, sometimes internet just trying to sometimes put information here, there, everywhere, so it's very, very hard to like get the right source. So please forgive me if I can't give the right answer. But based on sources, we can estimate around 300 million plus minus. It can be less, it can be more, hard to say. Now, the reason why it can also be exploded to over $500 million is because if you consider like the budget is only budget to make the movie. It does not include marketing. And Disney is well known for putting a heavy marketing within their, like, spreading to the whole. You look at YouTube, you always see the Disney episode. You see television, also Disney promoting this. So when you have this kind of heavy marketing, obviously there's another form of budget that is the marketing budget. And out there where you can have like the merchandise, all these, and if those didn't work, oh, super lucky desu yo na. Now the issue on that hand is that when you have so many price to add on, I wouldn't like go as far as saying like, oh, it's not going to cost over $500 million, alright? No, it is likely to reach that amount. Maybe more, maybe less, maybe I don't know. Now at the end of the day, it's really like do I think that will it bankrupt Disney? I think it will cripple them. Like, cripple them very, very badly. But when you consider like Disney always earn money not by movie but also the Disneyland or Disney Sea, whatever you want to call it, right? They are earning from there. So maybe using that money to, like, using the power of money from one end to cover another hole, maybe that's how they feel. But at this point of time, it's back to the thing that I mentioned before, the winning formula. If Disney already kind of like have the Little Mermaid affected them in a bad way already. People are still in their mind, still remember the issue on the Little Mermaid. So the thing is, right, if people are really kind of like having issue with the Little Mermaid already, you can't expect that people won't have issue with Snow White. More so the person who act as Snow White is very, very narcissistic and very problematic. So the thing is, right, she said it herself that she doesn't want to act in this role. Disney want her to act in this role. Like, dude, then why Disney didn't hire her? And the thing is, right, the issue on the other hand was that they also have the dwarf issue as well, which basically, like, anyone who knows the movie is like they initially kind of have 7 people, like the 7 dwarf with one actual dwarf and a few not really dwarf along the line, like real people acting it. But because it got very, very backlash, so they decided to do something called CG, the CG CGI or the CG, whatever you want to call it. And when I look at it, it looks so different. It looks so different to the point that it actually made me really wonder, like, wow, that's not gonna cost them cheap, you know, because doing CG, especially like action or all these things, right, it is going to cost them money. It's going to cost more. And when that actually happened, obviously the first thing in your mind is like, yeah, the budget is going to rise up, because initially they say it's less, and then because of CGI or whatever BS and then marketing, all these things, yeah. If I'm working at the Disney and I'm one of the higher up, when I look at the money, and if people are really kind of like making issue on it, yeah, do I still want to release this to the whole world? Like, seriously, imagine that no one want to watch it because it just doesn't make sense, right? So the thing is, right, at the end of the day, it just shows how out of touch Disney are with right now. And I won't really like blame them for like saying with the idea that, hey, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Because at the end of the day, if they are doing this kind of thing and Disney just go with the idea saying that, hey, it's fine, they just want to like maybe want to have a give it a try moment. I mean, like, when you really have like a formula that almost fail once, you don't want to go with it again, you want to change it up. But I guess that at this point of time, maybe they just want to go with more black people or whatever along the line, who knows? Because if you look at one of the some of them who one of the so-called seven dwarf, yeah, obviously you can just see two of them is already black already, so you can't really say that it's not the case. And Snow White, skin as white as snow, decided to be a black. I don't even know who's the propaganda here now. So who knows? I mean, like, at the end of the day, it is still my speculative thought. It's just a random chat. Whether you agree, disagree, whether you have your point of view, do you think that Disney is going to fail, or Disney is just going to get crippled, or maybe Disney might get bankrupt? Who knows? Write in the comment section below, we can discuss it further. If not, if you do like this video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe for more random chat, where I talk about stuff that sometimes makes sense, doesn't make sense, or totally random at times. But the one thing I hope is not random for you guys is have a nice day or night. Bye.